everybody. My name is Tania.
My name is Adel.
And today we are going to talk about our collaboration. So this is a collaboration between PhpStorm. PhpStorm is an IDE for PHP developers, and Laravel IDEA plugin, a dedicated plugin supporting PHP developers with everything they need for Laravel development. And our talk will be divided in two parts. The first part is about Laravel itself, that will be presented by Adel, and I will be handling the second part with this about the marketing background of this collaboration. So I invite Adel to start. Welcome, Adel.
Hi, I'm Adel. I'll talk about Laravel IDEA, my Laravel IDEA journey. So let's start from the beginning. I started my software development career in 2003, and I had about 4 jobs, offline jobs with languages like C++, PHP, C Sharp, Visual Basic. And 2015, I started to remote freelancing. I worked for American and German companies, and I had a lot of Laravel projects there. Laravel is PHP framework, if you don't know. And almost immediately, I started to write in PhpStorm because it had a great Laravel plugin. And it has a lot of usable completions, but right after starting using it, I feel that it's not enough. So I need more. It make it more smart, add more features, and even in 2015, I started to contribute to this plugin. And actually, this feeling when you making a lot of software developers like me more productive, more happy, and it's really awesome. And I started to adding a lot of features there to that. In 2017, I started a new project, and there was a lot of using end file when the first parameter is environment variable, which is we are declared in .in files. And so I decided to write a little plugin just to complete everything, because I started to do a lot of going to .n files, copying value there, and going to the code and pasting there. So after doing this several times, why don't write a plugin? I wrote it. And the next day after releasing, I see that a lot of people using it. And why? Nobody knows about it. But in the old PhpStorm, when you want to install a plugin, you click in Browse Repositories plugin, and in the first screen, all plugins are sorted alphabetically. And obviously, my .in file became the first. So it was a little cheating by me, but not on purpose, it was accidentally. But people started to using it, started to asking features like adding syntax coloring, adding completions to other languages, and I was happy to implement it. And today, it is one of the most downloaded plugin in the marketplace, which also makes me happy. In 2019, JetBrains opened their marketplace to paid plugins. Also, I wanted to add a lot of new features to Laravel plugin, but if I wanted to add it, I had to change full architecture fully, so maybe rewrite it from scratch, and it took a lot of time. And I wasn't sure that the author of this plugin will be happy about it. So with this offering from JetBrains, I decided why can't I just make a paid plugin, and probably in the future I can work full time on it and implement everything I wanted. So I was very, very motivated. I still remember these 3 months. So my typical days, fully job, full-time job. And now full-time job is working on plugin. I almost didn't see my family. I come home only for sleeping. But it just, I was really motivated to implement everything I wanted to do. Also, I invited a lot of, about 10 people from Laravel chats as alpha testers. So I started to building an early preview version of my plugin and sent it to them. And they were testing it and provided a really useful feedback. Like, it doesn't work here, it doesn't work here. Maybe you can add this feature or this feature. So very good practice. I advise to also do it if you're creating a new project. And in December 2019, I published my first release. I decided to do it when I implemented everything that old plugin, free plugin can do, and some other new features. And I decided that it's enough. And users started to download it. It was pretty happy because they, even with little bit new features, they become more productive. So you can also publish early as soon as you feel that it's make your users more productive. That's it. So this is my sales report from 2020. This green line is my usual income, monthly income as a freelancer. So as you see, plugin become successful from the beginning. And in June 20, I decided to leave my job, and fully focus on the plugin. And as you see the next results, it was the right decision. And Laravel Day today is one of the most downloaded plugin in the paid plugins in marketplace, and it became obviously my full-time job, and also becomes my business because I started to hire developers to implement features more quickly. That was all about history, so let's focus on development. From the very beginning, I decided to add some features, like I called them wow features or breathtaking features. When people see it and say, oh, wow, how smart is it? So it was important to me. And only 1 month ago, I read about Kano model. So it's a model just about prioritizing features you want to implement, and it separates features to three groups. Basic needs, features that users want to see, must have. So if your application doesn't have them, they just won't use it. So basic needs. But if you implement it very good, it's okay. It should be like that. Performance needs, user with features that increase user performance. And if you implemented bad, user not happy. If you implemented good, user are happy. So obviously, but we're also delighters in this model. So if you don't implement these features, you just don't know it. So it's okay. But if you implement it very well, users are super happy. So I'm really excited that I found that my thoughts about all these features was formally in this model. And the one rule in his model is that you can write it here or read it here. Over time, the delightful innovation becomes another basic need. So this delight feature, our time goes down, so it becomes a performance needs, and our time is also goes down and become a basic need. So if you implement this feature over time, your users feel that it's a basic need for them. And if they try competitive product and they don't see the feature, so they just return back to your. That's important actually. But how we can create these features? And actually, it's very tough, so not easy. But I found at least one algorithm to find it. So let's think, just imagine that you found a place you can complete the values. So you complete something to users, you can enter and goes further. And after that, you can think what user do actually just before this completion and what he does after that. Right after completion, what he write next? Maybe it's something common and you also can help with. And maybe you can just imagine all action, so begin, completion, next steps, and another steps, and all big action, and implement it, just it. So let me show an example. This is a post model. So when you're creating a post model, you can just write fields here and with values, some values. Not important. Now, of course, obviously, I want to complete fields here, and see, I do. But right after completion, the fields here can be only as array keys. So right after that, user goes here, writes space, and makes this arrow every single time. So that's why if I complete fields here, I make the arrow for this user. That's the next step when I predict it. But I analyze it after that. So usually people may get HTTP request and then validate it. So request validate, and here he describes the fields, but I can also help with it. Another Laravel idea fit. So it fills this validation array with typical validation rules for fields for this model. And if I know that request variable here and validate, it validates these fields, when you write title, see, it also suggests maybe we can add all request fields here. Right after that, you see, yes, it added. This is why what I called breathtaking feature. So when it happened first time, user, wow, how cool. After that, he uses to make it productivity, and when after a year or two, it feels it should be okay. So it's a basic need. Continue here. Yes, breathtaking features is okay, but it's not fully focused on the performance needs. So the main our goal is to save time. So if you can complete somewhere, you can complete. You can generate, if you can generate code, you can generate it. And Laravel IDEA has a lot of completions, generations. Each saved second is important. So it's like continuous fight for user seconds. And just an example of another feature, this is a new eloquent model generation when you can create model, describe their fields, add some other options, and also when he clicks OK, Laravel IDEA can generate a lot of other files like database migration, REST API controller, database factory, and all other files. So we can generate hundreds of lines of code, and obviously saves a lot of time. And the last thing I wanted to talk about development is tests. IntelliJ plugin testing framework is so easy, so powerful, so easy to use, so you have to use it. If you don't use it, I really don't understand why. It saved me so much time, so you definitely should write tests, especially for plugins. Marketing. If you think you can write a good software and just upload it to marketplace and it immediately makes your software successful, you're wrong. It doesn't work like that. You have to make marketing as all usual products. So plugins, marketplace, obviously will give you some users, but most users you have to make yourself. So my main marketing channel was Twitter, and still Twitter. It's nothing special. I just implementing feature. Want to implement something, just making a screenshot, very juicy, very good screenshot that user immediately understand what the feature is, and just post it. So that is my usual Twitter post. And as you see, I just released something micro update with this support, and you see like 200 likes, user likes, what I post usually. And you should definitely talk a lot with users everywhere. So if a user posts you in Twitter something like, "Hey, let's make this one," you can definitely should say maybe, "Yes, we will do," or "No, we can't do because this." And the same with GitHub issues, the same is in-person conversations in conferences or everywhere. So my favorite thing that I do usually is when I making big boring stuff. It's a lot of happens every time. I just sometimes read a Twitter, and when users asks some new feature, small feature, he wants to implement, I do what usually I do. I just create new Git branch, implement it very fastly, and immediately make a screenshot and reply to Twitter, "Hey, I already implemented," and my record is 8 minutes, and users so like it. So, oh my god, wow, they tweet about it, they post about it, so it makes marketing for you. Also, about sponsoring conferences. Of course, when you already have some sales, already have some money, you can think about sponsoring conferences, but only if they really reach your target audience. If you're a very big conference and only a small part of you their users are your potential users, so it doesn't work, I think. But I have Laracons, so developers for conference for Laracon developers, and it was great for me. So I sponsoring Laracons regularly right now. And I was about to start big serious marketing, website, social platforms, paid promotions, Google AdWords, etc. But I get an interesting email from JetBrains, and Tania will talk more about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Adel. Now I will tell you what was going on the other side of this collaboration at JetBrains. But first, let me introduce myself. So I'm Tania Goral, and I'm responsible for product marketing here at JetBrains. More exactly, product marketing for PhpStorm. I'm responsible for making PhpStorm a #1 tool for PHP development, including Laravel is an essential part of PHP development. And so back at the day, at 2023, PhpStorm has quite limited support for Laravel. And we needed to do something with that, because Laravel is one of the major framework for PHP, and the usage of this framework is growing from year to year. We do not provide the full support for this framework, but we are committed to provide our customers with the best-in-class support for PHP, including Laravel. And we started to look for the solution, what we need to do in order to satisfy our customers and to be on the market. And we saw the plugin. We decided with a very great rating at JetBrains marketplace, and we decided to collaborate together and basically to provide the support that our customers want, and with the level of the features that PhpStorm need to have. And here, the solution, we decided to provide the bundled offer for PhpStorm and Laravel IDEA. The first thing that we did was creation of the entry points. So the people, the newcomers or existing PhpStorm users, they knew right away about this offer. So we created different pricing cards on our web pages with the offer, highlighting the special price, and people can just buy the bundled offer with a discount. So it was introducing on our main website, JetBrains.com, plus the JetBrains marketplace, as you can see on the screen. Additionally, we created a separate landing page. We put it also on JetBrains.com, and this is exactly the page where we let all the traffic. So our goal was whatever Laravel request is entered in Google, in any other search engine, we wanted to be there on the first position. So that user who is looking for Laravel support, Laravel ID, would find our page and buy PhpStorm and Laravel IDEA together. The second part what we did is we understood what the entry point and landing page creation is not enough. We need people start talking about our collaboration and knew about this. And so for these purposes, we collaborated with different influencers so that we could reach their audience through these channels. And the first and one of the biggest influencers in Laravel community is obviously Laracast. This is an educational course where you can learn almost everything related to PHP and Laravel. And so we created a dedicated educational course about Laravel support in PhpStorm. And there, the author and the creator of Laracast is telling how great the support is in PhpStorm, which is supercharged by Laravel IDEA. And we added the link to our landing page in this course so that people can click on the link and go to the web page right through this course. The second part is we already had some tweets in the Twitter telling how great Laravel IDEA is. So we basically asked these people who already published something their agreement about taking us these tweets and put them on our landing page. Like this, we have some social proof, some proof from the authority people, from the influencers, how really great this idea, the Laravel idea is. And we put it on a landing page, and so the people who enter the page, they understand right away that this is not this is a really great product approved by this and this people. Yeah, this is basically the tweets that we put there. And at the moment of the announcement, that was last year, at the end of the second quarter, we additionally asked some people important for the community and known in the community to share the news about our partnership and write some of their thoughts and truly their own opinion. We didn't ask them to write something that we wanted. We really wanted them to share their true opinion, with their own words. And this is what we had. Like our announcement when we published it on Twitter was quite well shared, and you can see on the slides how many followers have these people who share this news. And this is basically how influencer marketing works. Your post is shared by the account that is reachable by the big amount of people, and they know about your initial post. And we had quite a lot of people coming through these links to our landing page and knew about the product. And we can share with you some of the results. So as I said, we launched this campaign at the second part of the second quarter last year in June. And you can see in the graph how trials numbers, the number of trial has boosted right after the launch of this campaign. And it's still growing. So we still invest in marketing of this cooperation. We still work closely with Adel. And we still have this goal of making everybody know about our collaboration, about this bundle offer, and about the fact that with Laravel IDEA plugin, PhpStorm becomes very powerful and great product for Laravel framework, for Laravel developers. And so for finalizing, we will share the slides with you, and you can click on the links that are mentioned here. You can check out the website of the Laravel IDEA. It was, by the way, redesigned a couple of months ago, and it looks very gorgeous. You can look at the Laravel IDEA at Marketplace and check out the Twitter, the X of Laravel IDEA. Thank you.
Thank you, Tania and Adel, for this very insightful presentation. I really like that this was a bit more not technical and a bit more of a behind-the-scenes look, both from the marketing and development point of view. And let's start with a question for Adel. How many people are currently working on the plugin, and how has this evolved over time?
Right now, only me. But I already hired one new developer. He worked on another project, going to already release it, but not publicly announce it. And right now he doesn't have any tasks there, so he will join to Laravel IDEA team, let's say like that. And we can say it already 2 developers right now.
Okay. That's really great to hear. Like, you can actually build a business that is not just a one-man show, like most of the plugins are, I guess. Even the paid plugins are mostly developed by a single developer, as far as I understand. And now you have really built like a small company around this plugin already. Yeah.
We'll see how it will work.
Well, I think it will turn out great. Maybe a question for Tania. What metrics do you base on to measure the impact of marketing strategy? I guess that's a very complex question if you really want to answer it fully, but maybe we can ask this question from the point of view of someone who has a very new plugin and with maybe not that experienced with marketing or social media. What kind of tips could you also suggest maybe?
If answering this question, so our campaign was targeting on new users. So the goal was to attract people who is not a PhpStorm user and make them know about this solution and yeah, to gain new people. Obviously, when we were making this campaign, our current PhpStorm users also know about the solution, and also the current users were attracted, and they just supercharged the ID by the plugin. This is also great. Yeah, so this is the answer for this question. But the second part of the question, how you present it, is it's you should probably start with the small steps and not try to make everything in some short period of time. So as Adel did this, you can create your Twitter, you can create your landing page, you can start generating traffic to this, and making some noise in the community to talk to people and inspire them, try your solution, and to really bring awareness to your product. And when you get some positive feedback from the community, you can use it, and in your communication you can use this to increase the loyalty towards your product. And this is yeah.
So
with the
basically
steps.
it's basically about building some kind of community or social circle around your plugin, right? I mean, that's also what I understood from Adel's experience, going to conferences, try to talk to people, to users, and use Twitter, X-Twitter, and yeah, I also liked what Adel told in his presentation about being quick when interacting with people, especially if they have some feature requests or some ideas or feedback, then be reachable for your users, and let them feel that you are a real person, that they can ask questions to you, and that you really try to to cater to their requests or their questions or whatever it might be. Yeah. I've also just shared a link in the chat about some general tips and tricks that we have, that the marketplace team also has, about how to do the marketing right for your plugin when it comes to the marketplace. So there's a lot of things you can do there already, like use proper screenshots. Maybe if you have some kind of screencast that demonstrates your plugin. If you have some standalone documentation, you can also link it from there, or any kind of social media that you use can also be linked on this page. So this is also a way to get started and get your word out for people who just discovered your plugin maybe on marketplace, and they can go from there and discover all the other resources and entry points that you have. So this is something I would recommend doing for any plugin really, even if it's not a paid plugin, because I think this is really a pretty easy way to build some kind of community around your plugin and understand what people are looking for, and all these questions that plugin developers usually have. Oh, we have one more question for Adel.
Really interesting one.
Yeah, I think that's actually something that happened to quite a few plugin developers. They started with a free plugin, and at some point they decided to go to paid or freemium model on the marketplace. So I guess you did get some backlash, but maybe you can tell us a bit how you dealt with it.
Yeah, of course I did. But I also have a lot of people who say I would pay 2 times more and maybe 3 times more for this plugin. So these people who don't want to pay just a little noise for me.
Okay.
If you don't have it at all, maybe you did something wrong, because any successful product should have these people.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I can imagine that people, are surprised by plugins going commercial, especially if they really depend on it, like your plugin, like a framework plugin that they use probably all the time during their development. But yeah, I mean, it's a decision that every plugin developer has to make for themselves.
I didn't have this problem, so my plugin was commercial from scratch. So
yes, yeah, but I heard from
other plugins have this problem. Yeah.
Good. Jakub, maybe do you have any questions?
Well,
I can just add a little bit about marketing. So
yeah, great.
If you want to make marketing, you should a very hard job, which should be done regularly every day. You should do something for marketing. You should check Twitter a lot. So some developers think you can just develop a cool product and don't do any marketing, and they be okay. It doesn't work like that. Every day working on it. So yeah, working with influencers. So not directly. So hey, use my plugin, please. So, but indirectly, like if he uses a plugin and complaining something, you could immediately react, especially if he's an influencer, and it really helps a lot. But
yes, yeah.
Should every plugin developer sponsor a conference?
No. Actually, if you have some income and you think it will be useful, maybe after that. But yeah,
I'm sure it will profit.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, Tania, Adel, thank you very much for your insights, and I think it's a great story that we can tell from both sides, from plugin developers and JetBrains, and how we can create some success and more importantly, make people productive using all the tooling that we build every day. So thanks again very much for sharing your story and your behind the scenes look.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.